Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First Five Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Landmark Implement, your John Deere dealer, invites you to their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney on February 5th and 6th. This hands-on event offers expert training on John Deere and Hagie sprayers, covering topics such as machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and exact apply technology. New this year, classes on autonomy preparation, see and spray, and variable rate operation. Don't miss this opportunity, February 5th and 6th in Kearney. Learn more at landmarkimp.com/events.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Behind the camera, at the news desk, on the sideline, coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Off the Field with 1011 sports reporter Kendall Lanier on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to Off the Field. I'm Kendall Lanier. You can use 402-464-5685 for the Starter Heyman text line. And to put a face to the voice, you can watch on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Allo Cable Channel 961. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm so excited to welcome in Kate Smith-Stroh, former Nebraska golfer. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here. Can you just start by telling us what you've been up to lately? I know recently you earned an LGPA Tour card. Tell us what kind of goes into that and how you get to achieve that.
Yeah, so the last few years I've been on the Epson Tour, which is kind of like in baseball, it'd be like a, lower level team. You're kind of waiting for your chance to make it to the big leagues. So I've been going through Q school the last 3 years, trying to make it on the big tour. So last year I had a pretty good year and got to final stage of Q school and earned my full card for 2025, which is super exciting, just a dream come true.
Yeah, that's amazing. So tell me what went into that moment when you found out that you would achieve this accomplishment.
Yeah, so Q school is 5 rounds. So the final round, I kind of knew that it was kind of mine to lose. So walking up 18, I kind of knew I earned my card, and definitely a lot of emotions. I had a friend on the bag, and my dad was there as well to celebrate with me, and got to call my husband and my mom after. And yeah, just a lot of emotions, a lot of hard work leading up to this.
Yeah, and what kind of comes next? I know you said you'll be on tour next week. What are the next steps after this?
Yeah, so just kind of getting ready for the tour, practicing. Yeah, I'll make my debut as far as being a card holder next week at the Founders Cup in Bradenton, Florida. And then I'll play, pretty full schedule after that. China, Phoenix, LA, Utah, New York. So just trying to make travel arrangements and get ready for this crazy season.
Yeah, wow. And so to be a professional golfer, I know every day I'm sure is very different. What does a typical day look like for you?
Yeah, kind of varies. Like today I woke up, had a 7:30 tee time, played 18 holes, had some lunch and went back to the course, do some putting and chipping. Other days I'm in the gym or focusing on other stuff, calling a psychologist. So just trying to get better every day in a little way, and keep at it and try to make sure I'm prepped.
Yeah, and at Nebraska, you had a very amazing historic career, an All-American, a Big Ten champion, and I mean, talk about your career at Nebraska and kind of what made it so special for you.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for my career at Nebraska. I definitely would not be here today doing what I'm doing without that time. It was so special, just like the coaches I had and the teammates. Yeah, so many great memories competing as well as just going to class and being a part of that athletic department.
Yeah, and so you're not from Nebraska. What made you kind of seek this school out, and why did you think it was the perfect fit for you?
Yeah, I grew up in northern Minnesota, so I definitely wanted to go to a Big Ten school. And I looked at, most of them at the time. There's a lot more Big Ten schools now, but it just kind of felt like home, the city. It just felt like the whole state was rooting for us as student athletes. So that was like a huge factor. Um, I love the coach. I had multiple coaches, so it worked out that I enjoyed all our coaches. But yeah, it was an 8-hour drive from home and just felt right to me. And it turned out to be a great fit.
Yeah, wow. And how do you think Nebraska and playing golf here really shaped you for the next steps at the pro level?
Yeah, I think they pushed us, to be better every day. I had really great teammates that were able to bring out the best in me, and I hope, I did the same for them. And we just had a variety of coaches that had, a lot of different knowledge and, taught us how to work hard and compete and travel. And I'm just was surrounded by a lot of great people that taught us how to perform at a high level.
Yeah, definitely. And how did you even get into golf in the first place?
Yeah, my dad worked in the golf industry most of his life. My parents owned a golf course in northern Minnesota, and then my brother also played golf. He competed at Drake in college, played golf there. So I was really lucky to have my family, kind of a golf family, and I took into it later once I saw all them enjoying it, and I'm really lucky to be able to take it up and still be doing it.
Yeah. And kind of speaking of family, what has it been like kind of balancing a professional career that's very demanding in your personal life as well?
Yeah, oh man, it's definitely not easy. Like, my husband Glenn is awesome. He's like, I pack up and I'm like, hey, I won't be home for 4 weeks. And he says, okay, I'll pick you up in 4 weeks from the airport. So he's super kind and all my family's in the Midwest, so they understand that, I'm not always home and I try to come home during the holidays. So, everybody I know, my friends and family have made a lot of sacrifices for me to be here. So it feels like such a celebration that like we all get to kind of share this moment of playing on the LPGA.
Yeah. And do they get to come to some of your competitions as well?
Yeah, I hope so. My parents and my brother will be at the first one, and I'm sure my husband will come later. And trying to get, some of my friends. There's some majors close to the Midwest, so I'm hoping to play well so that I can play a little bit closer to everybody I know.
Yeah. And so you live in Texas now, right?
Yes.
Is there ever anything down there that you get to do?
Yeah, I've enjoyed like living down in Texas, like the rodeos and the music and everything has been great. And it's kind of still close to Nebraska. The flights into Omaha are easy, so it's been good and a good place to practice in the winter.
Yeah, definitely. And I know in addition to golf, you are a graphic designer and you kind of have your own company. How did you get into that passion?
Yeah, I've always been artistic. My mom was an artist, so going to Nebraska. They were just starting the graphic design program when I went there, and I had great professors that allowed us to explore a lot of different things, and I really liked it. It was just like a great kind of, used a lot of the skills that I don't use on the golf course, and I found a business partner after college, and we started a company, and it's been kind of a wild ride, but it's been really fun.
Yeah, that's so cool. And so your company is called Ground Under Repair Designs. How did you come up with that?
Yeah, so like in golf, when there's a part of the course that isn't really like doing so well, or they're redoing something, they'll rope it off and they'll call it ground under repair. So we thought that was kind of a fun way of being like, hey, if your logo kind of sucks right now, then we can redo it for you. And
Mhm.
so that's kind of, it's like, okay, it's a work in progress, and
Right.
see if we can make a good logo or design out of something that's already existing.
Yeah. And how do you think like golf and graphic design can overlap for you? Do you kind of mix in some golf designs or what does that look like?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of golf design, so it's kind of in the same realm. As far as like networking and getting clients, it's kind of easy because I'll meet a lot of people. I'll be like, "Hey, this is what I do on the side." Um, yeah, and it's just nice. Like, I feel like golf is a really creative sport, so it's just like nice to always be creative and think of things in a different way. So they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, definitely. And being a professional athlete, why do you think it's important to kind of have something else that's outside of your sport that can still enjoy?
Yeah, I think it's so important, on the college level or the professional level, we really identify like as athletes with our performance, and sometimes that can't can't be very healthy to be so stressed about your performance. So it's nice to have like interests and other things that kind of define you outside of your sport.
Yeah, definitely. And going back to college was such a great college career, so many things you did here. Going to that next step, how did you kind of handle the pressure of knowing you want to add on to what you did, but not letting it get too much for you?
Yeah, I think like for any athlete, or at least like for golf, it's not like a guarantee after college. Like you try professional golf, but it's very easy to try it once. It's very expensive, very easy to fail. So I just kept like an open mind of, this could be my path. It also couldn't be my path. I'm super grateful for this success I had at Nebraska. And like if that's where my career ended, I would have been content. But
Mm.
I've been like really lucky to extend my career to this point. And yeah, the pressure's tough. Some days it's just not easy, but I'm learning and trying to be kind to myself when I can.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Well, we'll have much more with Kate after the break.
Sports Show!
The 56th annual Boat Sport and Travel Show is bigger and better than ever. January 31st to February 2nd at the Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Don't miss it.
Sports Show!
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, enjoy a 3-day sale from January 30th to February 1st, featuring USDA Choice whole beef brisket for $3.99 per pound, all-natural pork butt $1.79 per pound, farmland bacon $3.99 per 16 ounces with a limit of 4, and all-natural spare ribs $2.99 per pound. That's the 3-day sale from January 30th to February 1st at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks. Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800. Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through January 29th is $2 off bacon, $2 off summer sausage, and 20% off on crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
This is Matt Rule bragging about the Big Ten, but at the same time, they made it to their bowl game.
6-6 for me. Yeah, we went to a bowl. We won it. And we won it playing against a team without their best two players. I'm not really buying that, me personally. I think we're a 500 team right now. I don't think we deserve to go to a bowl game. I'm glad we went because we got a chance finally to get some extra work. They got a chance to feel how it feels to go to a bowl game. So that's all then. But taking care of what you need to take care of, I think, comes first.
Back to Off the Field on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Kendall Lanier.
Welcome back to Off the Fields. I'm joined by Kate Smith-Stroh, former Nebraska golfer, now professional golfer. We were just talking about kind of the barriers that go into getting into golfing professionally. And I feel like it's very unique to be a pro golfer and go kind of directly after college. What were the steps that went into being able to do that?
Yeah, it's definitely a unique field. Like you definitely have to fundraise, because Q School, it's 3 stages. The first stage is $2,500, and then the stages after that are about the same price or more. So, you're kind of an independent contractor. You need to find sponsors and make sure you can afford the entry fee. So the first year I got through first stage in Palm Springs. I thought I made it through second stage, and the cut line moved and I missed it. And then the next year, I missed it at second stage again. And the next year, I made it to third stage, but didn't get my card. So that was last year. It was top 45, and I was like 45th going to the last day. I got really nervous and didn't play well. So this year was top 25, got their card. So made it all the way through. And yeah, I was in a good position going to the last day, but I still had to play well. So it's kind of a long time coming. I'd been to Q School quite a few times. It's a lot of money and a lot of golf being played to try to get to this moment.
Yeah, wow. And so fundraising, I mean, do you just kind of start anywhere you can, or is there certain like big sponsors that everyone kind of goes to, or what does that process look like?
Yeah, it's a tough process. So yeah, I played on the Epson tour for 3 years, and sponsors aren't really. You don't see a lot of girls with like logos on their shirts or anything. It's hard to come by. I was really lucky. I have a couple of sponsors from Minnesota that have been really loyal and been with me all 3 years. So that's been really nice. And so, yeah, mostly just connections from Minnesota. And then like product sponsorships, like through Titleist and stuff, they'll give you golf balls and provide you some of those things so that you don't have to pay for them. But yeah, it's pretty much just connections, and you're trying to, say like, hey, I'll wear your logo on my shirt, or maybe I'll do a golf outing here or there. Just trying to offer like some value to companies, because you really need just like the funds to be able to travel. Because if you miss the cut, like on the Epson Tour, the LPGA, you don't make any money that week. So that's where the sponsorships you're trying to kind of um, cover that cost if you don't play very well.
Yeah, definitely. So, do you think the financial aspect can maybe drive some golfers away? Like, I feel like that can kind of be a tough aspect for it that's necessary to play the sport. So, how is that kind of perceived in the golf world?
Yeah, I think it's really tough, even on like the recreational level for golfers, like keeps a lot of people out of the sport because of like that financial barrier. So I think everybody's trying to make golf like a little bit more available to everybody, like with Top Golf or things like that. And yeah, on the professional level, especially on the female level, a lot of girls are only out there for 1 or 2 years on what we call like mini tours before they run out of money. So that's kind of why I wanted to start the business, because I didn't want to like be pressed with time
Right.
and like the finances. I was like, okay, if I can make money on the side, hopefully, because I knew like with Nebraska, like I was there for 5 years. I took every year to get better. Like it took me a long time. So it's like professional golf, it might take me 5 years plus to make it to the LPGA. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
really trying to buy yourself time. And unfortunately, like not everybody has the funds to do it. So I was like really grateful to have people that supported me from back home.
Yeah. And just in terms of the mental aspect, I mean, year after year, you may not make the cuts. How did you kind of stay focused and motivated to kind of keep going back on this journey?
Yeah, it definitely had its ebbs and flows. Our off season is from like October to February. So like every season you're ending on kind of a sad note, like missing Q school. So you just really have to take that winter to try to figure out like what am I good at, and like why am I here? Why am I still doing that? So yeah, I definitely try to like focus on like why I'm out here and why I love the game. I love competing. I like growing the sport. So like definitely focusing a lot on those things and like why I love it rather than the hard parts.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's a lot of like doubt and, should I really be doing this? You're spending, ton of money on flights and things and you're away from your family. But usually the pros outweigh the cons and it's nice to be here on the other side looking back and being like, I'm glad I went through all those hard times to get here. So yeah, it was really rewarding, but definitely learned a lot about myself in the process.
Yeah. And what type of longevity do you think there is in the sport of golf for women? Like you said, there are so many different things you have to go through. Do players usually end up playing a long time, or what does that look like for you guys' sport?
Yeah, I think it's like pretty optimistic. Angela Stanford is like a veteran in the game. She just retired, but she played like 100 majors in a row. Um, so that was like pretty cool to see like women that I've looked up to play for a long time, especially have kids. I had a friend, Rachel, on the Epson tour. She has 2 kids and she was playing every week with us. And luckily, like childcare has become a lot more available on the LPGA. I think, those sort of things allow, me to think, well, I could be out there for 10, 15 years if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because golf luckily is like physically, it's not like football where you only have a few years. I think your prime could be pretty long in golf. It's just, do you want to be on the road for 30 weeks of the year
Right.
for that long? But I love doing it. I'm having a lot of fun, and I definitely don't feel like I have like reached my potential yet. So I'm in it for a little bit here.
Awesome. And I'm sure one of the pros of the sport is being able to travel so many different places. What has that been like to just travel all the world? And has there been a favorite place that you've gone so far?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like just beginning that part of it. The tour I was on the last 3 years was really like we'd go to very rural spots. So that was fun too. I mean, it's nice to get to
Yeah.
know like the entire United States. But like this year we'll compete in I'll probably compete in China and Mexico and Canada for sure,
Oh,
and
wow.
maybe Europe. Yeah, so that's like super exciting. I've never competed actually outside of the US
Okay.
yet. So having that like on the horizon will be really exciting. And um yeah, I'm like excited to share it with, the people around me. I'm already like, hey, you should come to this one or you should come to this one because I
Yeah.
think traveling with people is a little more enjoyable.
Right. Yeah. Was there ever a time that you kind of felt like you were stuck and kinda had to reshift your mental focus to, you love the sport of golf or and things just weren't kinda going your way, and how did you get through that, if any?
Yeah, I feel like actually that was this year. So the tour I was on, if you got top 10, you got your LPGA card. I didn't earn my card that way, but last year I was 19th, so I felt really close. And this year I started and I missed a lot of cuts and I had a lot of family and people at an event in Utah and I played really poorly. I missed the cut by a lot and it was a course I really liked and I kind of looked at myself like, okay, if I can't do this on a course I really like, where I'm really comfortable, like what am I doing here? And so I kind of refocused and was like, I can't like live week to week based off performance. Like I'm not ready for the LPGA right now. So I kind of refocused and said, okay, like no matter how many times I fail this year or play bad, I'm just going to do things every day that would prepare me for the LPGA so that when I make it, I'll be ready. And maybe in the meantime, the scores don't look good or I don't make money, but I'm just going to try to get better. So, yeah, I would say it was kind of this year when just my performance wasn't good and it didn't look good, but I was like, I got to keep working hard. I put too much into it to stop.
Right.
So I'm glad that it turned around.
Yeah, me too, definitely. And I know you like teaching golf as well. What has that been like, and why do you kind of like giving back to the, a younger generation as well?
Yeah, I mean, my parents taught golf a lot as well as my brother. And so, like, seeing them share their knowledge, I think it's really fun to be able to do it myself. I help out some of the high schoolers on in Texas down here, and I would like to do more of it. I'm just not home a lot, but I think it's just important for, especially women to see other women succeed and like be able to, chase your dreams and work hard. And so if I can help anybody do that, I'm definitely you know, free to help when I can.
Right. Yeah, and how do you think the sport has grown, um, as a whole and for women, maybe, like, over the past 5, 10 years or when you first started college, I guess?
Yeah, it's grown a ton. We've seen like a lot of new golfers, which has been great, a lot of new avenues to golf. Yeah, it's been awesome. I think getting it in different communities and I mean, I don't know the overall perception of golf, but at least to me, I feel like golf's become like a lot cooler over the last 10 years than it was
Yeah.
growing up. I mean, like
Mhm.
the fashion and different shoes that are involved in it and celebrities, I feel like a lot more people are seeing how much fun it can be.
Yeah.
So that's been really awesome to see.
Mhm. Yeah, and is there any way that you kinda bring your personality into the sport, whether that's fashion or anything else that you kinda do?
Yeah, I think in golf you get to like use whatever head covers you want in your clubs. Like I always like, trying to like mix and match my head covers or my bag to try to, be creative because I think yeah, in sport you're always like wearing a uniform or wearing, very regimented. So
Mhm.
anyway, I can kind of stand out. I use a yellow golf ball. A lot of people use a white golf ball. So I just try to do things a little bit differently so I don't feel so like, okay, this is how it has to be kind of thing.
Right, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, and I know you said sometimes you'll be on the road for, like, 4 weeks. What does that recovery process look like from moving around so much and so much demand on you mentally and your body? How do you kinda refocus and get back to your foundation?
Yeah, I think every year has been a little bit different as far as what works. Like last year, I picked up reading a lot, so I like didn't watch a lot of TV. I would just try to read a lot, make sure that like I'm resting. You kind of want to go like do touristy things or go sightsee, but then like no, I really need to rest my body. So just being super careful about your body, and then you know trying to be like really positive about stuff. If you're in the airport, like you can't really control a lot of, the travel. So trying to relax and yeah, it's definitely tough. And there's just days where, you might have to practice or you might have to play the golf course, but you're like, okay, maybe I'll just do like chipping and putting today and I won't do full swing drivers. It's like always this trade-off of getting better and resting and making sure that like you're making the right decision because you could be really prepared and hit balls for 3 hours on the range, but then, come the final round, you're really tired and, your
Right.
elbow hurts. And so then it
Yeah.
wasn't really worth it. So it's a
Mhm.
lot of trade-offs, a lot of making the right decision, but you can't always make the right decision every time.
Yeah, that's so true. And in terms of like building a golf community, I know you were on a team at Nebraska, but since it is more of an individual sport, what is that like meeting new people and kind of having people you can lean on throughout the tour?
Yeah, I've made some really great friends. I've been really lucky. I definitely think it's a like super intimidating place to start because you're all like playing for the same paycheck. Like I
Mhm.
could beat out my friend and she doesn't make money that week and I do, or vice versa. So I didn't know how that was going to go, but it's been a really good community of girls that like really want to help each other. We could both play well this week. We can both, share a car, share a hotel, and cut some costs. So it's been a really cool, really, really cool experience. I mean, like being friends with Olympians or national champions, and just like how normal and fun everybody is. Like we're all human, but
Yeah.
also being like, wow, like my friends are some of the best golfers in the world is also very cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. Awesome. Well, we'll send it to break and we'll be right back with Kate.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fierce Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fierce Cheese Spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Landmark Implement, your John Deere dealer, invites you to their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney on February 5th and 6th. This hands-on event offers expert training on John Deere and Hagie sprayers, covering topics such as machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and exact apply technology. New this year, classes on autonomy preparation, see and spray, and variable rate operation. Don't miss this opportunity, February 5th and 6th in Kearney. Learn more at landmarkimp.com/events.
Back to Off the Field on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Kendall Lanier.
Welcome back to Off the Field. I'm joined by Kate Smith-Stroh. Kate, you've done a lot so far in your golf career. What do you think has been one of your favorite moments so far?
Oh, that's tough. I think my senior year Big Tens, we just had such a good week as a team. I won individually, which was awesome. But we also took second as a team, which was like really historic for our program, and just being like my final event with the team. That was like really special to finish it like that.
Yeah, that's amazing. And are you still really close with a lot of your teammates now?
Yeah, I talked to one this afternoon. I'm close with quite a few of them. It's been fun to see kind of where we've all gone, and some people still work in golf, some people are still playing. So it's really nice to keep in touch with them when I can.
Yeah, definitely. And when you look back on your college career and kind of compare it to the landscape now with NIL and just so many different things in college athletics now, what do you kind of think when you compare those two?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I was there when I was instead of now. I feel for the athletes that I'm sure like there's just so much more on their plate. I'm sure the opportunities are so good and awesome, but handling being a student and an athlete is one thing, but also kind of being your own enterprise, I'm sure has to be pretty tough in itself. But I think Nebraska's always been great, like with their NIL collective. It sounds like they're doing great things. So
Mhm.
it's changed a lot. It's changing really fast. I mean, the Big Ten is huge now, so like the golf conference must be so large. So it's good. I mean, our golf team will be able to compete with really great teams all across the country. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And golfing, I feel like for me is a very hard sport just because playing at Topgolf, not my strongest, aspect, but I feel like it takes so much patience. What do you think is the hardest part for you when you first started?
Oh yeah, gosh, I mean, patience is a great one. I still struggle with that. I mean, like patience with your playing partners, and it's a lot of like waiting and a lot of like slow moments kind of thing. So just being able to like enjoy your surroundings. So yeah, I struggle with that. I can be kind of like an emotional player too. I might not always show it, but like I care a lot about what I do. And so like handling disappointment or getting really excited, like I just have to really work to be like even keel.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of the time is kind of a thing that I struggle with.
Yeah, and I feel like on TV, it seems like a very calm, relaxed sport, but is there space for people to kinda show their emotion and, kinda show their competitiveness on the course?
Yeah, I think there's moments where you see it. You might not see it when it's like televised because those are probably like people that are playing well. But it's definitely like a more subdued sport. But luckily, like post game interviews and stuff, I think you can really see how much the athletes care. And um, yeah, it's definitely a strange sport because it's like so classy and
Yeah.
everybody's like everything's manicured and
Mhm.
everybody's wearing nice clothes, but like we're playing for a lot of money and we're playing for really important, events. So it's kind of a weird system, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and going out for a career, just being a professional athlete in general comes with a lot of risks, but golf as well, like we already talked about. How did you kind of stay confident in your journey that although there's a lot that comes with it, this is the right path I'm supposed to be on?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I mean, you don't have like a retirement plan. You don't have, you're not in an office every day. Like your office is all over the world. I luckily just had like a lot of people that supported me and like believed in me. I think that's like what got me here is like people are like, you can do it, you belong out there, you belong in this. And so I feel like part of me making it was just finally like believing those people.
Yeah.
So that really helped. Yeah, I just really like enjoy golfing and I enjoy the game. So I've just been trying to stay in it for as long as I can until, it's not a viable career.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you said you've learned a lot over your golf career, mentally and just different challenges that you've been faced. What do you think is the biggest lesson that you've learned about yourself from playing golf?
Um, yeah, I think like every step of the way, it's just I've been surprised that I was capable of more than I gave myself credit for. I think like that started a lot in Nebraska as far as like workouts and what the coaches asked of us. You'd like hear a drill or a workout you'd have to do, and you'd be like, there's no way I can do that. And then you do it, and you're like, okay. And then you do something harder. And so that's been just like a nice thing to be like, okay, I am capable. So even though I might be really afraid of something this year, like I just have to wait and try to do it. And I might be able to, reach that milestone and try to give myself a little more credit than I usually
Yeah.
do.
And has playing golf professionally always been like the dream for you, or was that something that maybe came in college or at a different time in life?
Yeah, I definitely think it came later as like I was developing in college as an athlete and as a person. I feel like I more could handle it. I don't think I really saw myself here as a kid. Like I was just kind of a goofy kid. I liked golfing, but I didn't really know how it would turn out. So yeah, it was kind of a later dream. And now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, this makes so much sense. Like I love traveling. I'm always been really competitive. Um, yeah, so it's definitely kind of fell into place and I see it more now as like, yeah, I think this is what I should be doing.
Yeah. And I know we talked about how much golf has grown, but is there any areas where you still think it could improve and grow as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think like recreationally for like women 20 to 40, I think we could get a lot more women in the game in that like age range. And then, also just like for people of all like financial classes, like it's just a really expensive sport and it's hard to kind of fix that. Um, but yeah, I think like putt putt or top golf or things like that, like just trying to make it like a little less expensive because I think once you do it once, then you're like, okay, I can do this. Like, luckily,
Yeah.
Lincoln's great. Like, there's a lot of public courses like Holmes and Pioneer and Highlands that are affordable and they're approachable. I think, it can just be a really scary sport to start. So I think just making sure people aren't afraid to try it and then hopefully they'll get hooked.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you'll travel next week. How long will you be gone from Texas and what does your schedule look like?
Yeah, so luckily this one's just a week and then I'll be home for a couple weeks and then I'll fly to China for a week
Okay.
and then I'll be home for a couple weeks and then I'll go to the West Coast. So once kind of the summer starts, I'll be home like not home as much, but we're kind of easing into season now.
Gotcha. Okay. So the season officially starts like spring is
Yeah, we're in our official season, but there's like an Asia swing that I don't get into all those because they're like smaller field events. And then the summer is just kind of where it like really ramps up, where we have like 4 or 5 in a row. We have the major season, we have the Europe swing. So that's kind of where it gets really crazy and where, play really matters as far as, you're gonna get into the postseason or keep your card for the next year.
yeah. So when you travel to China, do you like already know a lot of the players going or you just kind of see when you get there? How does that work?
Yeah, I don't know, it'll be my first time. I know a couple of my friends are going. I know one was like, "Yeah, it's kinda like camp because we're all at the same hotel and, we all fly in the same time and we eat there and we're probably the only ones speaking English there." So, I'm kind of excited for that it'll be, like, something I can experience with my peers on tour.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure I'll learn a lot and, getting visas and traveling and customs and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure. And when you look forward in your golf career, is there anything that you're like, I have to accomplish this? Like, this is the one thing I need to do before I give it up?
Um, yeah, I would say like playing in the US Open. I've been trying to qualify for it for the last 4 or 5 years. I've been really close. So I think like playing in your national open is definitely a huge accomplishment and definitely something I'm trying to like check that box. As well as just playing all the other majors on the LPGA are kind of my focus right now. Um, but I'm really happy doing what I do.
Yeah.
Like if I don't make it, it's okay. Like it's been a really fun journey. So I
Right.
understand like life happens too.
Yeah, definitely. And then moving to Texas, why did you choose to move there after you graduated, and how have you liked it so far?
Yeah, my boyfriend at the time was working down here in the oil response industry. So that was on the Gulf of Mexico. So we actually live in on Galveston Island. So I came down to practice and try to find a place to play. And luckily, I found a great golf course that, really took me in, allowed me to play and practice there, and kind of found a nice community of people. Um, and I get to fly out of Houston, which has two airports, has an
Oh, yeah.
international airport. So yeah, it's kind of been a great fit and, close enough to the Midwest that it's not gonna take a whole day to travel back to
Right,
my
yeah.
parents, so, yeah, it's been
Yeah.
good.
And for people who want to go pro in any sport, but specifically golf, since it is so unique, what advice would you give them?
Mm, yeah, I'd say that, like, you never know when you're gonna start playing well, like, if you're not one of the top 100 junior golfers, that's not a big deal. If you don't go to one of the, like if you go to a Division 2 school instead of a Division 1 school, like, I think it's so okay in golf because you can get so much better and it's a lifelong sport. Like your best golf is in front of you. Like you just because you might not be like an elite junior, it has no like indication of whether you can go professional or not. I think you just have to keep working hard and be like really open to learning from everybody. Like you might have had the swing coach that you've had for 20 years, but that doesn't mean you can't like read a book on putting or watch
Yeah.
videos from other people. Like it's just like it's good to know any information, whatever can make you better, and just be really open to working hard and hearing a lot of different things, even criticism about your golf game.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, is there anywhere we can watch you when you do play?
Yeah, there should be coverage on Channel each week, and then LPJ.com will have live scoring week to week.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited for you. Thank you so much for joining and wishing you all the best. And thank you all for tuning in.
Thanks, Kendall.